Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. Sorry for coming way behind our schedule. First of all, let's look at one of the senators. The Court of Appeal, as you know, has annulled the elections of Senator Ishaku Elisha Abbo, APC Adamawa North. And that has not gone down well with the, I don't know if to refer to him as the former distinguished senator now or what, but he thinks that the cause of his woes is the Senate president himself. Let's listen.
Actually be withheld by government because of my critical stand on national issues. That is the truth. It is obvious. I heard it from reliable source, which I will not call the name now, that 5 senators will be removed from the Senate. Those who did not stand with my brother and my elder brother, my good colleague, distinguished Senate President Akpabio. Those who did not vote for him, 5 of us are going. I am number 1. Ojuzo Kalu will go. They have penciled 5 of us. Take it. They told me that I'm going. Ojuzo Kalu is going, and few others are going because we did not support the emergence of my brother and my colleague, Senator Akpabio, from emerging the president of the Senate.
Well, there you go. That is his perspective on the matter. But as you know, the PDP candidate, Reverend Amos Yohana, has been declared the winner of the July election. The February 25 election. So here we are. In fact, he even went ahead, as you know. I don't know what your thoughts are about the matter. He has actually predicted that there will be others, and he has also, adduced an ulterior motive, saying that the Senate president is he's not playing fair, that if he wasn't voted for in his enterprise, it's very likely that you would soon be seen out of the place. Now, this is one of the problems, perhaps, of, politics in our environment. The matter, as you know, instead of staying on the lane, oftentimes our politicians will adduce other meanings. The Senate president has already said that he has absolutely nothing to do with the sacking of Senator Abbo from the Senate. On one hand, one would sort of think, how could he have actually had anything to do with it? He's not a lawyer. He's not a member of the judiciary. So where would he come into it? But then, instead of staying with the facts such as they are, you heard him, say that that was his impression on the matter. And as you know, the senator, the very good senator, Abbo, he used to be of the PDP, then he joined the APC, and now, as it happens, coincidentally, it is the APC candidate, Reverend Amos Yohana, that has now been declared the winner. Good morning, Mr. George. What's your take on the whole matter?
Uncle Yori, good morning. It's
good morning.
Laughable thing. It's quite laughable. Is Senate President the judge that is he of the Court of Appeal that adjudicated on the matter? Is it the Senate President that determines what the judges would say in their judgment? The senator is supposed to, first of all, address whether he actually won that election or not. It's not about it is somebody who did not want me. It's laughable. We are in a country where there is law and order. And this is Uncle Yori, remember, this is a senator that went to a shop in Abuja to beat a woman, a married woman that was nursing a baby, and beat her to stupor as a senator. And nothing happened to him. He didn't spend a night in jail. Now he's complaining that somebody wants him to be removed. It shouldn't just make us laugh. If he knows he won that election, let him proceed and appeal.
Indeed.
And instead of witch hunting, a lot of things are going on in Nigeria as if we don't have law. There's need to have confidence in our judicial system. There's no organization that you don't see bad eggs. There may be some bad judges, but that doesn't mean that every judge is bad. Majority of them cannot be bad. So if you have a case against one, prove that the judgment is wrong, and you will still have justice. So for him, why didn't he complain before this incident happened? Why has he ever openly complained against victimization by the Senate President? I'm aware that he's chairman of the committee. Why didn't he reject it when the Senate President made him chairman of that committee? I mean, we are not children here. If he knows that he did not lose that election or he merits the election, let him go to the Supreme Court and fight it instead of coming out to whip up sentiment.
Yeah.
Yori, I don't know if you will give me time to say this. I'm worried about some developments happening in our labor industry.
Oh, labor. Okay, you're crossing over to labor. Let's hear it.
Yes. I don't know if you have also noticed it. The workers are in a war with the appointees of Mr. President. It started with Governor Wike in Abuja when the civil servant said he will not have his way, that this is not river. He proceeded to Engineer Dave Umahi, the Minister of Works. People came late to work. He says he is not going to tolerate this. Then the workers came and started asking him, who are you? This is federal. The worker telling his employer that he should go to hell. Then, again, it happened at the Ministry of Aviation. The Airline Operators Association told Professor Kayamo that he cannot amend the rules. That he should go and sit down, he cannot amend the rules. Telling the minister, he should go and sit down, he cannot amend the rules. And only yesterday, we heard that the appointee that the president sent to NIPOST, a moribund institution for that matter. The president sent somebody that he believes can go and resuscitate it, and the workers said, no, you cannot enter here. Where are we going? How did we get here in this country? That the president of a country will say, I am sending a minister to this department, and the workers say he cannot come. I don't think we should allow this trend to have a base. Otherwise, it's a dangerous trend.
All right, then.
I wish he's listening to me, or his aides, please tell him that the workers must be put in their place. I'm happy the way the woman is handling his own workers now, and Governor Wike. I saw the Abuja people yesterday. They were now hailing Governor Wike, the one they rejected before. just because the president has approved that they should be taken out of the RPPS role. Maybe they think they'll have more opportunities to corrupt their operations. But I know Governor Wike, he will deal with them decisively. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. George. Taking us on something of a roller coaster from Senator Abbo into Labour. But indeed, those things are remarkable as you recounted them. We all witnessed the situation, in the Ministry of Works with Engineer Dave Umahi and his ordeal, if that is the word to use, at the hands of Labour, where he was told point blank that, Mr. Minister, sorry, that's not how it's going to work. Oh well. But then again, you also recall the case of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, and where he was being hailed as something of a hero. So his popularity is really riding sky high now. There are other. This even reminds me of the situation in NIPOST. Hey, catch a look at this.
Confusion stemmed after a press statement by the presidential spokesman who declared that President Bola Tinubu had changed the leadership of various communication agencies, including NIPOST. Soon after Tola Adeyemi's appointment was disclosed, reports surfaced that Sunday Adepoju, the former Postmaster General who had been previously dismissed, had been reinstated. This prompted the protesting workers to bar the newly appointed NIPOST CEO from entering office, firmly asserting that our appointment was not in accordance with their wishes.
We are not against Mr. President, we are not against Mr. Minister, but our desire is that the good works that he started must be taken to somewhere. Yes. Because removing him at this point will abort these processes.
The drama ended when the former Postmaster General left his office and out of the building.
The government, the person coming, myself, with the same family. So, I thank you. Excuse me, if I have time to address you, because I didn't ask for you people here.
Yes, sir.
Having now resumed, Tola Adeyemi is seeking the cooperation of all staff of the organization.
Over 15 years of work experience spanning both public and private sector and across the continent of Africa, especially in the innovation sector, I understand the need for modern solutions that cater to current demands, but without losing sight of core values. My experience and qualifications have equipped me to face these challenges ahead, and I also trust that with your support and your help and us working together as a team, there's no mountain that we can't surpass.
As the first female Postmaster General, Tola Adeyemi is keen to improve postal services through technology-driven processes. This fresh wave of controversy is as a result of the removal of Sunday Adepoju and the appointment of Tola Adeyemi as the new Postmaster General of the Nigerian Postal Service, which has met with stiff resistance from the workers here. Habib Alawal, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, thank you very much. As you can see, it's labor from one, workers really looking at it from, one to the other. Mr. Yakub has called in. Thank you very much, Yakub, for staying on the line. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Even though you keep me longer, but I like it because I use the opportunity to listen to Abida Lawal. Before I proceed, because you give my president of fans of your fans of this morning, Mr. George, you give him a time, and then I think you do the same thing to me, sir.
Indeed, I will.
I've been saying that. Yeah. Usually, let me begin with Abbo. As my president said, it's a laughable matter. It's a laughable matter because how could you say somebody wants you out of red chamber? Somebody that is not sitting on your case, even though you throw stone. You see, anybody that throws stone to somebody's roof, you'll be expecting that person to say, but that person keeps to silence, and then you are not hurting yourself. Because I could see maybe because it did not support the Senate president during the primary, during the election in the red chamber. That's what giving him that thinking that this man wants me out of. The Senate president cannot even remove anybody from, because all of them are equal. They just elect him as their leader. So it is a level, that one, it is not even discussion this morning, because let me go to this very, very particular topic that my president started. You see, Chief Yori, the civil servants in this country have a problem. It's a problem because imagine, let's start from David Umahi Peoples. The guy in Abuja said that, in fact, I even watched it in journalist Hangout. They locked the minister inside. Because the minister locked them out, and then they decided to lock him out inside as well. You see, Mr. President has come. He wants to bring a totally change. That is why the Mr. President, Ashwad Bola Ahmed Tinubu said the renew hope. The renew hope, it is not left to somebody like us. A lot of people, especially 8-something million people that are giving that vote to him. Because we need to support this man for him to succeed. Because you can imagine the labor, the civil servants now say that we not go agree. Who are you that you are not going to agree? Who employ you? And then I send somebody to come and head the organization. You are not saying that you don't want that person. Who are you to say that? See, Mr. President should just continue. we Nigerians, especially the 8-point-something million, and then other people that we are regretting that I could have given this my vote to Mr. President Bola Tinubu, include those one now. We hurt them. We need to support Mr. President, especially when TVC, as a television station, giving us this opportunity, a great opportunity that no television station giving to us in this country, except only TVC giving us that opportunity to be our mind. Anytime we had this on social media or we had it on Arise or anywhere that opposite Mr. President, we will come here to default, we will come here to say the truth. And then I use this opportunity to support, by extension, to support journalist Hangout, because this program, Your View and journalist Hangout, they stand out in this country. So Mr. President should continue to bring the reform. We are here to support him, and then majorly, and then very, very important, we have to be praying for Mr. President, for him to succeed. We are going to see that in the next 1 year, Nigerian citizens will see the real change in this country. Who are you to say you don't agree what? We have a lot of people who are looking for the job. Thank you and God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Yakub, for calling in. Yeah, we do our best to let people, both sides, all sides of the question have their say on the program. Now, going back to the things that you brought up, and that before you, Mr. George calling out of Ikeja in Lagos had also brought up, I suppose there's a way, one way you could look at this whole attitude is that, you know, in these particular times, there can be freedom of speech. And it doesn't necessarily have to be palatable to any particular side. But Nigerians, we're in a very good place in the sense that, by and large, we can express ourselves, sometimes skating very, very close to the edge. And in the absence of anything that's taking on a treasonable kind of aura, it's like people look away. So I guess that's one up for us. A lot of people when I say a lot of people, I mean other countries, probably will be looking at the situation in Nigeria and be saying that these Nigerians, they're really lucky. They can say their piece without fear of some gulag type suddenly making them disappear. But still, people continue to counsel caution, even as people are expressing themselves. But let me take on Mr. Did I hear it's Mr. Adeyemi?
Yes.
In Oworo. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. I'm happy to be on this morning show.
Okay, we're happy to have you.
I want to state specifically about the issue of workers' attitude to the ministers. It's a very bad one that Mr. President needs to act quickly on. Because if this trend is allowed to go on, the State House staff at the Aso Rock will do it to Mr. President. And he must put down his feet on the issue of indiscipline by calling Nigeria Labour Congress and all the state chapters to order to report this kind of matter to them, that he will wield a big stick. Because he that pays the piper dictates the tone. What these people are doing, if care is not taken, will give birth to what the government will not be able to contain. And the opposition may hide under it to scuttle the process. What happened in Niger and other countries are things like this: underground workers that you depend on the voting against the system. This is an indirect way of starting a serious issue of revolt against the president and his leadership. They have to take it very seriously. Those people that are in that NIPOST, there are NIPOST offices in the villages. The people in Abbo that are not comfortable with the new postmaster general should be posted to the village to go and be postmaster there. There are post offices that are not working there. They should go there so that they will become bosses. So that all these things should not be allowed in the system. Concerning Senator Abbo, I think he is just playing to gallery. His case is a very simple case. There's no way you want to slap somebody or beat somebody that will say you should not cry. Let him cry. is doing his work.
Okay, then. Well, thank you very much for calling in. We'll take a break, come back, continue this sort of potpourri of opinions on happenings across the land. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Orientation. There's another one.
He is one of Nigeria's most charismatic and practical pastors whose teaching and opinions on national issues are instructive.
A leader is not even supposed to be trying to adapt to change. A leader actually is supposed to lead the change process.
Pastor Sam Adeyemi is the founder and senior pastor of Daystar Christian Center, Nigeria, one of the largest and fastest growing churches in Africa. A leading voice in preaching the principles of maximizing potential and engendering practical leadership, Pastor Adeyemi will speak live with journalists Hangout. In the no-holds-barred interview, he will be speaking on issues like the national leadership question, nation building, Christianity in Nigeria, the place of tithing, and more. Join us on Journalist Hangout for the interview on Tuesday, 17th October 2023 by 5 p.m. only on TVC News.
Politics is defined as getting what, where, when, and how. But in the mix, many things come to play to shape the political fortune of any country.
Mr. Honorable Minister, that's how you misinform the public.
From the political actors to the electorate, campaign to voting, from debates to policy decisions, big events happen to engage us in constant conversation.
That's what we're looking for. Not some people who are talking about ethnicity. No.
Who is on your mind?
Don't worry.
Join me every day on Politics Tonight, where we dissect issues that shape our political destiny. Politics Tonight, weekdays on TVC News.
Okay, welcome back. It's slightly different today. We started off with, the removal by the courts of the Adamawa North APC Senator Abbo, and him saying that he blamed the Senate President for this. But we've spoken about that. People are still commenting on the matter. And but we've since moved on to workers, let me just put it that way, workers and their attitude to their employers. And this has been occasioned by what's happenings in a number of ministries. You look at the Ministry of Works, look at NIPOST, and so on. And people have been, so we have a handful of labor, shall we say, or worker-related incidents. And thank you very much, Chidi in Kafanchan. You called in and you've held on. So go ahead, please. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Mr. Yori, this morning. I should start by commending you for your journalistic prowess in as much as this program is concerned. I feel sorry about the Senator Abbo and his travels at this point in time. But in any case, this has gone far to show the level of dynamism in Nigeria's politics. In any case, the senator himself still has the power and the right constitutionally to pursue his case to its logical conclusion.
Of course.
Having said that, I also want to comment concerning the workers and their employers. It is more fair in a democratic culture to look into the issues and then know how best to handle it so that the reoccurrence will no longer be tolerated and be allowed. In the case of these NIPOST workers and their employer, these parties should come together, let the government and let those who are in charge know why the workers are showing resistance to the employer. If there is any justification to what they are demanding, then an understanding
must be made. But then, I think it is proper for a proper engagement to follow this very present situation. Thank you, and God bless you.
Indeed, thank you very much, Chidi Nkafanchan, as always. You know, but really, it's, a lot of people were probably surprised. But then maybe one looks at it and says, why would they be surprised? Because we're in a democracy and not a military era. There were times when we've been through times when you just wouldn't be able to do this kind of a thing because force would be used to quell whatever was felt to be, you know, undesirable by way of public reaction. But those days, happily, are long gone, and I suppose there's a concerted effort to keep things the way they are on this side of democracy. I was even joking that there might be a number of African countries that still are in a democratic era, but still might not be able to go as far as Nigerians are going. And I don't think anybody wants to change anything. But there is the matter of rules of engagement. I have heard it commented in the case of what was it now? I think it was in the case of the Ministry of Works, where the minister was explained to that, look, there are rules. Even whatever was the beef of the minister, excuse my casualness with that word, the minister's essential point was that I need staff to work with, and people don't come to work until about 11 and are beginning to look towards going home around 12:30, and it's not going to work, and so he has to do what he can do. But workers, let me put it like that, workers took exception to that point of view, and we saw someone, I'm calling him Labour only because he was wearing a Labour flak jacket, and he was the guy who was explaining that, no, there are rules, you can't do that. But on the other hand, Minister Wike, he seemed to be, for the moment, he's popular with his workers. You saw the hero's welcome that he got. But we have another commentator from in Abuja, Mr. Adewale. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Aaron.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
My name is Dr. Adewale Adeobi.
Adeojo.
From Abuja. Like other caller Friday said, this is democracy, and I feel every Nigerian has right to contribute to its national development. I saw the NIPOST in Broglo, and I saw a gentleman who I know so very well. Where I'm bothered is this government was actually put together because we feel the government is coming to do a lot of things for Nigerians. The government should look into why the workers in that establishment are actually demanding that that man should be reinstated. And see why they don't want a replacement. So it's normal, the government can have the reasons. But still, the Nigerians deserve to know what's actually happening in all our establishment. If you really want changes that we are yearning for, I probably would want the president himself through the minister who is in charge of that ministry and MDS to cover it. Then on the issue of the FCT, I give it to the current minister who has been doing a lot to make sure that he implements the renewal book of Mr. President. You can see one of the 75 standards, and the minister is talking directly to the president of what the FCT needs, like implementation of the renewal book agenda. And I'm very sure that in the next 4 years, the FCT will not be the same again. He has told us that he wants to establish what he did in Port Harcourt and the FCT, and we will be very proud of that. So the issue of NIPOST, I want the president to please have it, so that we, who are almost lost, will know what is actually happening on this.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Adeojo, for calling in. Of course, you know, as you say, take all the points that you made, but there also is the point of order. and that there are ways of doing things. But look, as you say, it's the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory engaged with the president, and the president was, accommodating, and it looks like, people of the secretariat in the FCT, they just showed their reaction that we're very, very happy. And so there's a sense, and this also leads me to what was said earlier, that, look, perhaps government needs to begin to look into why people are reacting. But I don't know. Sometimes you hear that in the interest of order and good governance and good order, you often hear that they say they can't really, be conducting a government on the the pages of newspapers. I don't know. Sometimes there's a sort of a softening, there's a sort of a relaxation of that policy in the interest of the smoothness of the operation. And so we have situations such as we have now. But if you look at the Dave Umahi Ministry of Works situation, even the minister had to sort of backtrack a bit and say that, look, I didn't lock people out. But in terms of looking into the cause of some of these, I like the word you used, imbroglio. Where does it come from? Well, how about the point that the minister says, I do need people to work with. I have a job of work to do. I can't do it without people. I can't do it all by myself. Yet the workers, are not here. I have heard people say that, yeah, address that particular point. People can't get to work. People live far away, and, you just need to be accommodating. So there are all sorts of things perhaps to consider when we have this kind of, what is it? It's like a flashpoint when suddenly the people, the masses, the workers in that case, will sort of show that, no, we're not too happy with this. And then again, we're also hearing that there are rules, civil service rules. You can't just do what you want. It doesn't matter whether you're a minister or not. Well, let's see what Mr. Olufemi in London thinks about this whole matter. It's pretty unique. Good morning to you, Olufemi in London.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. How are you this morning?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Just a quick one. The program yesterday, I tried to call. I'm unable to get him.
Okay.
I needed to point one thing out. Just briefly. The guy that called, there was someone who called yesterday who made references that TVC is this, is that. That is all crap. Okay? You are a good journalist. TVC is a standard bearer in this field. If you go to other platforms, they are like an activist there. Oh, you're standing like, no. And I look at them, where did they learn this from? Okay? That is a part. I needed to point that thing in. But for today,
you're very kind.
I think there is an undergoing rebellion, okay, from these certain people who want to delegitimize this government. Don't make mistake. I pay your salary, and I appoint someone to head your ministry, and you are protecting. By God's grace, you're going to lose your job. Whatever it costs, Mr. President needs to stand firm. This is the era that we need to take a decision and stand by it. There are those people out there who want to truncate this man. Everything they did, they failed. Someone worked meritoriously for a certificate. They are saying it is forged. And even a lunatic, I don't understand. The social media is for every jack and everybody now, okay? Anybody is free. Someone say it's a democracy. Democracy was, I live in UK. That's what we call sedition. You make a statement, a fallacious statement to run someone down. Untrue statement. You go for it, even in a place of work. You guys are doing a very good and fantastic job. I am giving you guys kudos. When I do night shift, I make sure I wait for your your program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Olufemi. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, you remind me of yesterday. And thank you for your very kind words. We do all that we can, even though it won't be pleasing to everybody, because you can't please everybody. And I remember the little spat yesterday. I won't even call it that. It was a very nice gentleman who had called in to object to what he thought of as why didn't I leave matters where they rested, as far as a contrary opinion to the intentions and abilities of INEC to deliver successfully. Why didn't I just leave it there? And say, look, sorry, it doesn't work like that. We have to look at the other side of the matter as well. Are there no suggestions you can make? Are you saying that absolutely and totally INEC will not be able to deliver? We were talking about the off-cycle elections, if you recall, by the way. And so, but it was a friendly kind of a discussion. We do take all those kind of opinions, but there will be some who, once they have heard their point of view, which is that in that case yesterday, no, I'm not going to go with INEC. There are many, many people who are going to say that I'm going to give INEC a chance. Look, they have baggage. They have disappointed us in the past. They might have overpromised in the past, but there's always a first time. So why we would say that INEC won't, deliver this time? So that's the kind of thing. So we do allow all sorts of opinion, and thank you very much for saying it as you did. Sulaiman is also on the line. It's from Lagos. Good morning, Sulaiman.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. Can you hear me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, I can.
Okay, I just want to make contribution pertaining to the topic you are.
Sure. It's a potpourri of subject matters, but go ahead. Take your pick.
Okay. I quite understand the reaction of people towards the ministers, right?
Okay.
I quite understand that of the Minister for Works, Dr. Engineer Umari.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you come to an organization as a leader, I think it's expected to have a talk with people that you want to be leading, right? You need to familiarize with them, know their challenges, and how to address it. It's not that a kind of just come in and, okay, this I want things to work and it must work. No. First of all, address their challenges. Okay, what are the challenges you guys are facing? How can we address it? How do you guys cope? How do you guys come to work, right? So because that day I was listening to the news that the minister locked people out because they came late. They too, they retaliated, they locked up minister inside the office. They don't allow minister to go. So a kind of thing supposed not to be happening in this kind of government. They need to find a way to come together. Minister cannot work successfully without the workers supporting him and give maximum support. Also, the workers need to do their own best, make sure that they come to work as early as possible so that everybody can achieve the goal of Mr. President. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. Thank you for saying it. Sort of, there should be a sort of a reapproachment. It's like a lot of people, arguably, a lot of people sort of see it from the point of view of the workers. Interrogate, why are those workers showing up at 11 o'clock and are beginning to look towards going home at 12 o'clock and will want not an 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock salary. They want a full, 8-hour salary, or whatever be the case. But as you've pointed out, these things are things that are being addressed. People are not too close, they're not always close to where they work, and this does bring up issues. But you also made the point that, the minister or whoever, the senior people in the ministry can't work on their own. They do need workers to assist them to execute their program. So, and Labour came in and said that, look, there are principles here. Ordinarily, Labour will not bring everything onto the table. For instance, the whole matter about what do you now do in the case of a 1-hour work out of a scheduled 8-hour duration. The important thing is that there are rules. You can't lock us out. And I guess, yeah, it is what it is. And as I said, thank God for the fact that, look, everybody can have their say in Nigeria, by and large. Mazi Okoroafo, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, I've just the issue of this Abbo and Johanna issue.
Okay, yeah, the senator who has been removed.
Yeah, appeal court. Yes. Now, what I want to find out, when will Nigeria have that interest of being a sportsmanship in terms of politics, anything we do. Because how can somebody just wake up and say that Abbo will be behind your removal? You see, when I saw the headline, I started wondering myself, is that the exact thing somebody will be thinking? If you have a problem with Abbo, while the case was going on, you could have consulted Abbo if you are aware that Abbo has before the judgment. Say, bros, what are we going to do now? Forgive and forget. And you sat down. Judgment has come now. You see, sometimes, honestly, let us have what they call a sense of maturity in terms of whatever we do. Because when somebody has any predicament or any problem, he's not telling somebody. It's just a child went to write exam. After writing exam, either he will blame the supervisor or the teacher, or will say that the examination board marked this wrongly, that this is not what I wrote. Who wrote which you want to wrote? Was I there? Was the examiner there? So why say that it's not what I wrote? That they gave me wrong. That is what is playing right now. Honestly, about honest, however, just accept it in good faith. I think they are not going to Supreme Court again. They should prepare yourself for 2027. Now, even though you are preparing yourself for 2027, you have to have in mind because anytime you go to any office, you do the needful. You don't need to go and campaign. Your job and your work you have done will campaign for you, but people don't reason.
Okay.
You know that when you see where they deliver and find and cancel, the ministry don't even need to go and advertise. It is the people that have removed their council and passing who go and bring new members to that place. That is what the politicians have learned how to do. Accept defeat in good faith. I'm still saying it. Go into politics as a vocation, not as an occupation. Good morning, Yori. Good morning, Nigerians.
Thank you very much, Mazi Okora, for their sportsmanship. To sportsmanlike behavior. You win, you win. You lose, again, except in defeat. Quite frankly, we've touched on quite a number of subjects, starting off with the very senator that Mazi was commenting upon, but also it extended to, attitudes, between ministries and their workers and what that says. So as I was saying, it's been a sort of an informal program this morning where we've sort of taken the impressions on a potpourri, a handful of ideas of subject matters, and heard what the people think about them. I always say personally that when you see what one's compatriots are able to comment upon, not just on social media, but also on television as well. Oh, let me quickly put in Pius calling in from Zaria. Good morning, Pius.
Good morning.
Yes, please go ahead now.
Yeah.
What did you want to comment on?
Yeah, I want to comment on the NIPOST worker.
Okay, then. Yeah.
Yeah, I just first laughed. Then I just imagine.
Oh.
I just remembered Abacha. I imagine him shaking in his grave. Yes, I imagine Abacha shaking in his grave.
Well, that was a military era.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are civilians now. We are Democrats now. And to that extent, things are largely different. But it's been interesting hearing this sort of unscheduled kind of format this morning and hearing a cross-section of ideas on all these kind of things, some of them bordering on the right to freedom of speech. And we've also heard in the case of the senator who has just lost his seat in the court, that, look, people think it's laughable, saying that the Senate president is part of the whole game against you. We'll leave it there for now. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.
Creative Market is here again. Yes, the biggest gathering of African and international creative industry professionals is back. First in Lagos, November 2023, and in Dubai, March 2024. Come join thousands of creative professionals as they gather with their counterparts for trainings, workshops, masterclasses, conferences, fashion shows, networking, and a mega music concert featuring some of Nigeria's biggest acts and many more from Thursday, November 2nd to Wednesday, November 8th, 2023. The Dubai event runs from March 5th to March 9th, 2024. Register to be a delegate and get the full event schedule on www.africacreativemarketglobal.com. Call the ACM team on 080-611-80294 to book an exhibition booth, and call 0703-623-0247 or 0809-367-7272 for sponsorship and advert bookings. Be there.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Are you worried about the safety and security of your home at night? Do you wish to know when intruders come close to your home? Or do you want to protect what matters to your family from anywhere at any time? What if there was a convenient, affordable way to keep surveillance on your home without having to worry about wires, installations, or heavy light bills? Introducing the incredible Sidebulb HD Cam, the robotic 360-degree two-way torque camera with action tracking technology. Sidebulb is the ultimate solution for discreet and powerful surveillance. It's so easy to install, and the app lets you rotate and view the video from your Sidebulb in real time from any smartphone. You can drop in from anywhere and check in with our two-way talk technology. Talk and listen at the same time.
Hello, Mommy.
Hey, sweetie. I'll be home soon, okay?
Sidebulb's advanced tracking technology locks onto motion and tracks in real time. Set the siren alarm to go up when motion is detected and keep intruders away. Check in on your home while you're away. Make sure the kids got home safely. Interact with visitors at your doorway or surprise a trespasser.
Surveillance in a light bulb? I was amazed at the 360-degree rotation. It gives me a full view of my house and I can check in on my kids. The footage is clear and the night vision is so impressive. The best part, I can add multiple side bulbs for a complete home surveillance.
I really like my Sidebulb. It's so easy to use. I just downloaded the app, I put it on my phone, and I add it up and run in about 3 minutes.
Traditional surveillance systems are bulky, expensive, and difficult to install. But with Sidebulb HD Cam's innovative design, installation is as fast as changing a light bulb, and it's made for indoor and outdoor surveillance.
The Sidebulb HD Cam is now available in Nigeria, exclusively from ShopX TV. You could be paying up to 200,000 naira for an indoor and outdoor security system that doesn't fully secure your home. But call the number on your screen now and get the Sidebulb HD Cam for just 45,000 naira and get peace of mind. And that's not all. If you call now, we'll give you an extra Sidebulb at no extra cost. That means you buy one and get one free for 45,000 naira. But wait, there's more. If you order now, you get the Sidebulb HD Cam delivered to you for free wherever you are in Nigeria. So, call the number on your screen now or visit our website to place your order while stock lasts. The proceeding was a paid presentation brought to you by ShopX TV.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking it. At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking it.
Hello and welcome to TVC Midday News. We begin this half hour in the Far East, where Vice President Kashim Shettima is attending the Belt and Road Initiative Forum, holding in Beijing from October the 16th to 18th. The Vice President, who is representing President Bola Tinubu, will join world leaders from over 130 countries in Africa, Asia, Europe, and Latin America to deliberate on the theme High-Quality Belt and Road Cooperation Together for Common Development and Prosperity. On arrival to China, the Vice President met with the ambassador and staff of the Nigerian embassy in Beijing and assured them that Nigeria will overcome its present challenges, especially with President Tinubu at the helm of affairs. He assured Nigerians living in China that President Tinubu has already placed Nigeria on the path of economic growth and development. The Vice President will use the forum to woo investors into Nigeria for developmental purposes with the aim of growing the economy. He will also hold bilateral meetings with other world leaders to promote Nigeria's trade and investment relations.
But what binds us together supersedes whatever minor differences that I believe in the fullness of time we are going to resolve our issues. The trajectory of global growth is facing Africa, and our leaders here and those at home will make or mar this transition. The whole of Europe is aging. The United States is aging. So also is USS, Brazil, Russia, and even China.
President Bola Tinubu, in assuming office, has looked through this initiative and committed to revamping Nigeria's economy, empowering us, and of course to ensuring that, anything that has to do with infrastructure, that Nigeria queued in, and of course tap permit. So there are quite a number of initiatives here, and that is why he has sent His Excellency the Vice President Kashim Shettima to come participate in this particular forum. So we're here in Beijing, and this year's event has a very special theme titled High Quality Belt and Road Cooperation Together for Common Development and Prosperity.
And back home, Governor of Taraba State has met with the Chief of Defense Staff to seek assistance for improved security in the state. Governor Kefas noted that he had placed a ban on mining activities because it was attracting bandits. Sifon Essien has details.
Another visit by Governor Agu Kefas of Taraba State to the Armed Forces Complex, Abuja. This time, the retired Lieutenant Colonel is seeking the assistance of the Chief of Defense Staff to improve security in the state. Taraba's proximity to Cameroon exposes the state to separatist activities. Governor Kefas says that he had to ban mining activities in the state because it encouraged banditry.
As soon as I took over office, I discovered that one of the things attracting these people to Taraba is mining activities. And the first step I took was to suspend all mining activities, whether legal or illegal. One area of major concern that I have also discussed with other security agencies, which I need to put across to you, is it borders about the area we share boundary with Cameroon. For the past few months, or in the past, the Cameroonian Amazonians have been threatening our people in that axis of the Kashimila Dam in Takum local government.
The Chief of Defense Staff assures the governor that operations by troops will be scaled up to enforce peace.
So sometimes I used to wonder when we keep on hearing about one conflict, it's either one ethnic clash or boundary disputes, farmers' herders clashes, or having the Ambosinians coming in. And I know it's just a matter of time, and I know God has made it possible that now is that time that we start having development in Taraba State.
The visit further affirms the commitment of the armed forces to improving security in the states. Sifon Asian TVC News, Abuja.
In line with standard military procedure and to further promote competency, the Nigeria Army has organized a practical promotional examination for some officers. The Commander, Training and Doctrine Command, Major General Kevin Aligbe, said the officers would be assessed on mental and physical fitness, communication, logical reasoning, amongst others. TVC News' Kazim Olowe has details.
The current global security challenges such as terrorism and insurgency have continued to be of great concerns to relevant authorities as they agreed that no stone should be left unturned in ensuring that the military is well equipped. In line with that, 286 officers of the Nigerian Army will take part in the 2023 Captain to Major Practical Examination in order to test the proficiency of the officers for higher responsibilities, especially in the face of the current security challenges facing the country. While addressing the officers in Abeokuta, the Commander, Training and Doctrine Command of the Nigerian Army, Major General Kevin Aligbe, said they would be assessed in the area of mental and physical fitness, communication, logical reasoning, map reading, among others.
An officer is expected to be totally fit for war. Total fitness for war includes technical fitness, mental, emotional fitness, and physical fitness. All these attributes of total military fitness must be combined in a well-trained officer. If any is lacking, the officer's combat effectiveness suffers proportionately. Without technical fitness, an officer lacks the knowledge and skill to fight. Without mental and emotional fitness, he lacks the incentive and desire to fight. Without physical fitness, he lacks the strength and stamina to fight.
The officers are expected to display their deep practical knowledge of the rudiments of the job and exhibit high level of discipline and time management.
Your performance in the examination is a key determinant of progress in your career, and it is important you all put in seriousness and determination to excel.
To scale through the hurdle, the officers are expected to score a minimum of 50% in all the subjects. Kazim Olowe, TVC News, Abeokuta.
To Delta State now, where the police has arrested 3 young men suspected for the kidnap of a family of 4 in Okwe Council. Ikenna Amici tells us more.
These 3 suspects, who are dressed in security outfits, are allegedly responsible for kidnapping activities in Okwe local government area, especially the abduction of a family of 4 in Oha community 2 months ago. They have been at large since the incident occurred. The police spokesman narrated how they were arrested.
After an exhaustive and painstaking investigation process, aided by technically generated intelligence, the DPO Orerokwe mobilized and led men of his anti-crime patrol team stormed the hideout at Ufoma in Ugele North LGA, where 2 suspects, namely James Aboyo, aged 21 years, and Solomon Bolode, they were arrested for their involvement in the kidnapping of that man and the wife. The suspect led the policemen to another of their hideouts, where one Blessing Deco, aged 22 years, was arrested. The other members of the gang, on sighting the police, they took to their heels. So what they do is at times they disguised as security operative, at times they disguise as vigilante, so that their victims can fall easily to their trap.
The victim of the kidnap, who narrowly escaped death after being shot alongside his late wife, tearfully narrated his ordeal.
So they were beating me. They said, oh yeah, transfer it. I did the transfer. The transfer went through. Now they were saying I should do more. So I was doing it. The thing was showing you've exceeded your limit. My people went to withdraw the money. They said they gave them 30 minutes to withdraw that 1.3 million. After like 40 minutes, they called them. Is the money ready now? They said yes. They ordered my daughter and my 4 years boy to go. They released them. They took them to a place where they can find their square roots. As soon as they came back, they relocated me and my wife to a different location. They tied us on a tree. They started opening fire on us.
The police are on the trail of other gang members who are on the run as weapons and ammunition were recovered from their hideouts. Ikenna Amechi, TVC News, Asaba.
In commemoration of 2023 World Hospice and Palliative Care Day, the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital is calling for more attention to patients and the health sector. Speaking at a recent event held in Lagos, the Chief Medical Director of LUTH, Professor Wasiu Adeyemi, said, "The day is recognized all over the world as a way of giving back to patients and to the families that care for them." Dr. Adeyemi, who was represented by Chairman Medical Advisory Committee Ayodeji Oluwole, said the World Hospice and Palliative Care Day is aimed at psychiatrically and mentally lifting patients and putting a smile on their faces to ensure they have the best quality of life despite the diagnosis. The highlight of the event was a presentation of gifts to children tailored towards their individual wishes and desires. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll bring you more stories. To stay with us.
Lagos is the most visited state in Africa as the 5th largest economy on the continent. Covering the state and its government is no mean feat, it's a busy beat. We go beyond the curtain of tapes to traveling far into the deep.
I want to thank the Lagos State government for the healthcare facility.
To bring stories that cut across all spectrums.
A greater Lagos shall be ours.
We tell you stories that define our collective well-being as Lagosians. I'm Adedoja Salam Adeyemi. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
There is always more to a story than the screaming headline. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Thank you for staying with us. The Enugu State Governor, Peter Mba, is challenging stakeholders in the People's Democratic Party to return the Southeast region to the party. Governor Mba made the call at the maiden PDP Southeast Zonal meeting in Enugu with a task to ensure the party remains relevant in the region. Bamidele Ajayi has details.
Assembled here are People's Democratic Party stakeholders from Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, Abia, and the host Enugu State. They are here for one purpose, which is to return the Southeast region to the People's Democratic Party. And one way to achieve this is to review the performance of the party in the last outing by analyzing their strength, weakness, opportunity, and strength.
We have providence placed on us a lot that we need to now, at this point in the history of our party, steer the affairs of our party and to see how we can bring the party back to its past glory.
Acting Board of Trustee Chairman, Senator Adolfo Swabara, expresses hope that the aggrieved members will soon return to the party.
PDP will not die. All those who are jumping from PDP to all those people, they will come back. they were here, and this is their home.
The zonal chairman and deputy national legal advisor, Southeast, affirmed that the party is on the pathway to winning more states in the zone.
Some years back, the Southeast used to have 5 governors. It reduced to 4. It reduced to 3. One ran away. It remained 2. And after the last election, we only have 1 seated with us here.
Our people, because of our brother, one of us,